Coach Rod here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the other wellness athletes from the 2025 Olympia and comparing them up against Eduarda to better highlight for you where this division is, where the criteria is going, what is being favored, what is not, and ultimately what you need to focus on as a wellness competitor out there, any level, trying to do your best on stage. And that's what I'm doing on this channel all the time. So if you're new here, subscribe. Also, want to make sure every single one of you pay attention. This free trial experience will be going away soon. If you have yet to do this, do it now. It is an opportunity you do not want to miss out on. In fact, even if you've done it before, do it now. Because again, this is going to be gone. It's your last chance to get it. Free training splits, custom workouts, nutrition, posing, feedback, guidance, the same stuff my athletes get. They're performing well on stages every single weekend. You get it for free. TeamFFLEX.com/7-day trial. You don't put cards in. You don't get auto charged at the end of it. Nothing like that. It's literally a free coaching experience. I give back to the bodybuilding community. Come along, do it. I hope to see you there. And it takes literally 30 seconds to sign up. You could be talking to me in the app by the time that, I'm talking about these athletes in just a minute. All right, jump over there. So I pulled basically a couple athletes from the actual comments. A lot of you were asking me to feature a few of them and, look at this. So if you want more, comment them down below. I'll see if I can make another video. But for the sake of today, we're going to look at these two here next to Eduarda. We have Teffany over here, and then we have Shanique over here. Let's start with Teffany, okay? Because I know that she's one of the ones that get the most comments. A lot of people always tell me, in my prediction videos, they think she's going to win the Olympia. Well, she's not placing anywhere near the top. Honestly, she's placing pretty much at the bottom there. So what we're looking at with her physique is honestly just too much muscle mass every single time. She continues to bring a lot of shoulders, a lot of biceps and triceps. Her midsection is, thicker from having so much muscle. Her glutes, very, very dense. Quads, very, very dense. But this is too much muscle for this division, right? So she definitely has that. Not only, though, does she not have a clear lower body dominant look, it does look pretty symmetrical just because of how much shape she has up top. In my opinion, she should just honestly go to some other divisions at this point because she likes to bring that much muscle. She likes to have that much muscle, or maybe women's physique or something like that, because this is not the division where you want to have these big cannonball delts and, have all this muscle density. And I mean, her upper body alone, you could start saying that's looking figure-esque and, or women's physique-esque or any. She needs to go to a division where she has no reign, somewhere she can just continue to grow. And that's going to be favored. In wellness, it's not. And we can see that looking over here very quickly at Eduarda. That shoulder's not comparable. This taper in at the midsection is, much tighter, much smaller. And overall, her glutes, her quads, and everything here, it's all there, and it's in good symmetry. It's in good proportion. It's in good balance. It's not bringing the mass look. It's not too much mass like Teffany always has. So she's definitely got too much mass, for this. If she wants to continue to compete wellness, she's going to have to kind of downsize. We'll see it when we get to the back really a lot in just a second, but she's going to have to downsize that look to either more get that Eduarda type of a look or, honestly, I think at this point she should maybe consider other divisions because she consistently likes to bring a look she likes to bring versus the look that is winning in wellness. Okay, so let's look at Shanique real quick, and then we'll pop over the backs of both. But Shanique, she's another one that you guys commented, wanted me to bring in. Good overall shoulder shape, tapers in well. We can see the glutes, the quads, the hamstrings. But the problem here is instantly her physique goes more bikini-esque to me, meaning symmetry, right? She's very symmetrical, still hourglass, but it's not showing clear lower body dominance, wellness look like we see on Eduarda, other top wellness athletes, right? So that's the biggest thing, for her, probably just going to be adding some more size to that lower body, bringing out the glutes more, bringing out the quads more, getting more of that asymmetrical look, because again, that is the look in this division. Let's go to the back, okay? The back here, again, is Teffany over here, Shanique over here. So Teffany, again, we just see a lot of mass. It's not refined look. It's not it doesn't showcase the shape. It's just a lot of muscle. So very big shoulders from the back. You can see that still tapers in here. Triceps, a lot of density going on even there. Lower body wise, just a ton of muscle, but it's not really refined and shaped, and it's not really showing the same at all like Eduarda's, right? Like upper glute looks to be depleted. Her glutes overall are not, despite how much muscle she has, they're not showing that three-dimensionality in the tie-in like, Eduarda has. And, looking overall at basically just her quads and her hamstrings, it's just a lot of mass. You're just seeing a ton of muscle mass, but it's not really refining that shape. It's not really showcasing that shape. Eduarda does not have that. She's got the quad sweeps, the balance in the hamstrings, a strong tie-in. The upper glute is full, rounded, developed. We're not seeing that on Teffany. So again, she's over-focused on the mass, not focused enough on the shape and the criteria of this division. Like, honestly, I think she should go to another division. But if she doesn't, she got to really work on, refining that look to show more shape, let the tie-in pull through more, let the upper glute be more rounded, pull down the quads, pull down the hamstrings, and bring more of that shaped look in. Because that's, again, what is always going to win in wellness. That's what is winning in wellness across all stages. Shanique, we look again here from the back. We can see, she's definitely dialed in, very lean, honestly, maybe a tad too lean. But she's also very ultra symmetrical. It doesn't scream that wellness look to me. This is more like a very lean bikini type of a look. She needs more of that upper glute, overall glute pull through. Again, with the tie-in, more density there. She does have good quads and hamstrings here, but it's just not asymmetrical enough, right? If she wants to continue in wellness, which, I'm sure she will. It's a very good wellness-esque look. Needs more mass, more fullness to the quads, more fullness to hamstrings, more especially fullness to the glutes, which seem to be very under in this back pose here. They look, not as symmetrical as the rest, meaning they're not standing out on their own. It makes her whole physique in general look very symmetrical, hourglass-esque, which we know is not super ideal in wellness. Okay, one more athlete you guys have been commenting about. Sina, okay, so I want to bring her in here. And, what we can see here, she's got the good overall shoulder shape, tapers in well. Glutes, quads, hamstrings. Condition definitely does appear to be a little bit off there. She's showcasing a little bit softer. She also has a little more of that symmetrical look, but when we get over to the back, pretty clear. Again, the biggest differences. So, her glutes have this 3D kind of a pop, which is good in wellness. The upper glute is there. The tie-in's pulling through pretty strong. It's just not showcasing as much mass in general, right? Like, it's pretty easy to see that it's not as much in the quads, as much in the hamstrings, as much in the glutes. And while it is asymmetrical to what's going on up top, her front pose is it's not hitting the same, right? It's just not coming across in that same level where the waist is pulling in as tight as it could be, and so on and so forth there. So again, very similar physique. Honestly, she's a bit much closer to Eduarda than the rest of the group we've talked about so far. But these are those things that, again, it just showcases differently across the board for each and every athlete. Let's just throw it next to Isa real quick, too, for the sake of conversation. Isa's in that top there, and we can see, again, same feedback, right? Like, I'm not even going to continue to draw on it all for you guys because I think that you get the gist. Teffany just way too big. Shanique looking a little bit too symmetrical. Sina, she's in the zone, but just missing the mark on a few little points. And that's really what we see at these top athletes, right? So we could definitely, I was going to go through all of it. I was going to go through all of these athletes, like, let's put Isa next to, but like, do I even need to? It's pretty blatant differences. So these are the things you want to focus on in wellness. If you want to be your best wellness competitor, it's going to be all about getting that lower body, dominant, getting the glutes out, getting the quads out, getting everything there to showcase and keeping that, balance there, meaning in balance. A lot of the athletes that generally don't do well in wellness in any levels, amateur, pro, even Olympia, they're the ones that are too big. They're the ones that are too symmetrical. They're the ones that are, or also too balanced, looking like bikini. So these are the things you want to focus on. Make sure you got that lower body dominance. Make sure your upper body has that shape, but you're not overdoing it. And bring it all together. If you're still one of those people watching, you're like, I still think Teffany should have won, comment it, let me know. But I think when we look at this side by side, it's very clear, that these athletes, Eduarda is really leading the pack here, as is Isa and Elisa. But, we don't even need to compare them all side by side because the feedback would be pretty much identical. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know if you want more of this. Coach Rye is out.